Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Why not? Just smoothing things up a bit here. Trying to give this paper some purpose. Perfect. Monday. Monday. I actually really like Mondays. I think they're quite fun. It's almost like a reset. Let's do this. No matter how hard I try, my drawings always end up with these stupid lines all over the place. See? I never know how to end them. Maybe that should be my next goal, is just not do so many squiggly lines and stick to, I don't know, blocky stuff. I don't know. It just seems like such a cop out sometimes. I don't know what to put there, so I'm just gonna draw a line or a vein or a tree line or whatever it is. Even though they do kind of pull the room together. More faces to finish it. That's a good idea. Yeah. More faces to finish it. There was actually back in 1933, I was working on a song. Yeah. Maybe you could try faces to finish it in the dark of your mind. Throw some faces in there for me and you, for me and you. And then I said, then that's a good idea. See, I just learned how to finish that song. It's been like 97 years. And I just figured out the ending. Thank you so much, Mom. Wait, is it Ilma? Imani. Mm-hmm. Nailed it. Oh, ow. Sorry about that, Doris. You can go back to sleep, darling.
What?
Yeah, just go back to sleep. Just go back to sleep. This is California. We get a lot of we get a lot of sunburn earthquakes. This side of the Mississippi, this side of the Colorado Rockies. Thank you for the compliments. Hello, Internet. No need for ends. Well, if I knew where to end, that would be that would be perfect. But otherwise I kind of just do this. Right now I'm just sort of adding a dark background. And then you can do this too. You just fill in the gaps with darkness. Little circles here and there. Just to keep it fresh. And always remember, you can always go back and fill the circles in, but at least you have them. And you don't have to go back with like some kind of white pen and add them. I don't like to add anything after the fact. Except if it's paint. If it's paint pens, that's a little bit different. But ink, I like it to be as fresh and hip and relative as I possibly can. For the time that we're living in, I've gone through a lot of those decades. Probably 13 or 14 of them by now. I don't know how old that makes me, but I'm very old. And I've been around a bit, and I've gone through a lot of different fashions and trends. I'm very trendy. If you Google my name, it's very I trend. I'm trendly. People would say that I'm trendly. And that's how I sip my coffee. Happy Monday, everybody. Internet. Anyway, you're dancing. You just found your bed. Just explain to dance to a few people. Hey, there you go. That's one way to start your Monday or to end your Monday, depending on what time zone you're in. Let's see. Oh, can you see the full drawing? Sorry. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. It's kind of big. Monday, Monday. Can't eat it. Can't live with it. Can't depend on it. You never know if there's going to be a Monday from one week to the next around here. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, I was just talking inside my head, but I thought I was talking out loud. And I just realized I wasn't. Wow. I just said a lot of stuff. And there's no way I'm going to be able to remember. I'll try. I'll try to remember exactly what I said. Life, not love, things, and stuff. Garbage, basura. Where's the dumpster? Shoot. Bathroom, waste buckets, and I love. There was something I loved once. I forget what I was saying. It doesn't matter. I can't remember. Just trust me. It was beautiful. Very poetic. Little faces in strange places. Look, Mom. There's a face in my poop. Oh my God, dear, you're right. What did you eat? Whatever you cooked me, Mom. You're right, dear. You're right, dear. Mom? Yes. Yes, son. Why do you, why do you have hair on your fingers? Better to itch me with. Oh, why do you have big, big toenails that look like wolf toenails? Oh, better to eat you with. Oh, what about your teeth? No, I don't have any teeth. I'm just gonna gum ya. I'm just gonna gum you. I gum you till the end of time. Everybody's looking for love, but I'm looking for a nursery rhyme. I'm gonna have my friend Sleepy Seahorse. Oh, I should play his music. Oh, did my speaker go off? Oh, it's still on. This is my friend Sleepy Seahorse. I play him a lot, and I think I'm gonna have him on my channel here in a few weeks, and I'm gonna interview him and stuff. And then he's gonna probably throw knives at the screen that'll probably go through the screen and hit me in the chest. And you're all invited. You just gotta bring some kind of protection, some kind of either a hazmat suit or a bulletproof Kevlar helmet and vest with a visor, bulletproof visor, and just to be safe, and a tarp for the people in the front row. But I'm excited. I hope that we can work it out. He's a funny dude. You're an artist too, Money? Cool. I'm drawing into my imagination. I'm not really it's not from it. It's like so deep, bro. But but yes, I draw from my imagination. Like I just said I didn't. I'm just playing. Sometimes I'm able to just focus on things in a way that suits my creative output. And sometimes when you're at your most creative or when you're in the zone, it's the only time you ever feel alive. Like you have some kind of purpose, because at the end of the day, what does it mean to be alive? Just to exist? Or is it to have purpose, to have a meaning, to have a relationship with others and nature and the universe, you know? And to find our place in it, bouncing off each other like ping pong balls. Why not learn something this time around, you know? Or at least strive for it. And in the meantime, try to help people who are hurting and make people laugh, distract them from the rigmarole. Is that how you pronounce it? The rigged marole. Everything is just set up to destroy and just for ratings and profit and to get people excited and heated because that's when they want to just like, oh, get on there and just do more and more and more and look and watch and see people get punched out and this this person had no idea that he was gonna about to get his ass whipped. You know those videos where I watched a few of them, you know, like I'm not, you know, because I'm like, well, how's this gonna end? Because there's some guy being a jerk, and then he gets knocked out. It's just the culture we live in is just, it's funny like that, but at the same time, that's part of the culture. That's not the culture, you know. Plus, that shit's always been around, long before, just like UFOs, long before cameras existed, long before video cameras. Uh, you know, these things existed. These were already there. We just did it differently. It's just so funny how we adapt and we evolve in these different directions like aliens. We are the aliens. And I happen to like humans quite a bit. It's just that I kind of hate them too. Because I'm one of you. And sometimes when I'm trying to explain us to my extraterrestrial friends, it's hard. It just makes it difficult. Um, there's a lot going on behind the scenes with humans. It's very nuanced. Just when you think it's all dark and gloomy, out comes the sun, and it's another day, and you get to love the ones you love, and you get to pursue the ones you don't get along with and destroy them utterly. Um, by the way, life is life and love is love. Am I right or am I right? You're in trouble now. I found your Bandcamp account. Thank you, Yancy. I was a songwriter once upon a time. Sometimes it feels like so many lives have been led. Certainly have. I certainly love making music. Even when I'm not recording it, well, I was talking to somebody about this recently, anyways, is that I always hear music no matter what, even if there's no music, and it's kind of freaky. My mind just makes it for me, just to entertain me, to keep me going. And hello, Kent. Hi, Mike. Thank you for the nice compliment. Imagine I was the one who painted the Mona Lisa. That's the thing. Somebody brought that up actually. They were, I don't know if they were like mocking me or something, but they said that I was mid, and I just don't, you know, I don't know what that means really. What they meant, but mid level, I guess, is what they were sort of referring to, which is totally fine for somebody to say that because I consider myself not so great too. I just happen to be able to put shapes together in an interesting way. I'm not like some big, I don't, there's not some big hidden meaning behind the things I do. I'm very open about it. You know, if the person who said that had been watching, because I've only drawn this live. So behind this, there's the voices of people that I'm talking to, or somebody's like, throw a knife in there, and I draw a knife. Somebody holding like a little mini katana. But there's also, it's just a very free free form sort of style. And I don't know. I don't. Plus mid or like I would look at any sort of art and say that it has a great a great purpose. Like all art complements other art. Even the what people would consider to be low level, I can you know, um, which I don't know what that means again. Because would they consider cave paintings low level? Because I look at cave paintings and I like if I were to see some of those like the ones I've seen in books and online and stuff, in person, I would probably faint. I would probably just like I would faint. That's the most amazing kind of art to me. It's the most genius, most I don't know. I guess relatable, beautiful, and like hieroglyphs, petroglyphs, old monuments to that stand the test of time, like that later ancient people built upon after these cataclysms happened, and it's just so wild. And art to be even a it's not about how good you are, but it's about how it makes you feel, because you can when you tap into that vein, when you tap into that zone, the frequency, the artist vein, the art molecule, you tap into the same vein that these people were tapping into, and it's a universal thing. It's a cosmic vein that everybody can tap into. It's just there sitting, waiting for you. Some of us just happen to do it much better than others. And I guess I am pretty, when it comes to that, I'm very mid. Because I'm very impatient. Sure, I make a lot of detail, but I don't plan it out. Sometimes I'll start a drawing and it's like badass for a while, but then I'll make a mistake and I'll never go back to it and I'll never finish it because it's just, I can't go from there because it's all permanent. I get bored really fast, so I just have to just go, and finish them really quick. Um, and for every artist out there, there's a different vision or version of what art is. So it's just, that's why I love art so much because it's such a helpful tool and it heals wounds in the viewer and the listener and the person who makes it. It's a release, it's a freedom that they'll never be able to take away from us ever. And if they try, they'll have to pry my pen from my cold dead hands. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Rockstar. Jesse Wells' impression was spot on. Just watched it. Thank you. Message. Hello. Your drawing is cool. Thank you, Natsu. Um, yeah, the Jesse Wells thing is kind of funny. I feel much better today, but like, I don't know. Can I ask you a question about it? Did you think that I was making fun of Jesse, like in the lyrics? Or did it seem like I was just singing a song about like artists in general and not had nothing to do with Jesse? Because a lot of people thought it was about Jesse, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Because if you listen to the lyrics truly, it's about art. It's not about music. The song. I don't know. And I talk about that kind of stuff a lot in general, just how to break into the art world, make fun of the art world. And my whole channel, every spoof that I do, every parody that I do, it's like that. I did one of Bob Dylan, I did the White Stripes, I did the Beatles, but I wasn't making fun of the Beatles literally in the lyrics. I was just singing a song that sounded like the Beatles, like Weird Al Yankovic does, or Yankovic. And everybody's just like, "That's so wrong, bro." I'm like, what are you talking about? Do you not like Weird Al Yankovic? Because it's the same exact thing. I wasn't making fun of Jesse. It would be one thing if he was like that famous and he wrote shitty songs, but he's obviously a very, very talented lyricist and songwriter. I mean, he's like, so that would be ridiculous of me to make fun of his craft. Like, plus, I would never do that. Like I said before, I'm not that kind of person. But I borrowed his style. Sorry if I'm loud. It's 4 in the morning, and I don't have much of a life. But no, thank you for the, thank you for that. Because all I knew about him at the time too was that I'd seen him on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram, Jesse, and the only thing I kind of know about him is that he writes these cool little folk songs, these mini little folk songs. But he's always standing in like a forest or an orchard or something like that, and so people were thinking that I was standing next to the tree because he was like, I was insinuating or whatever that he was an industry plant. I was just like, what? People are going so deep. Like, it's like, no, I've only ever just seen this kid play in front of bushes. I don't know. Sorry, it's just so funny to me how people react to things. Plus, that people sticking up for people that can easily stick up for themselves. I sent it to Jesse, and I wrote it. I wrote something to him, and I said, "Hey, by the way, if you ever watch this, I'm not making fun of you. I'm actually just borrowing your style, and I'm talking about fake artists in general. It's a song about fake artists and who got a big leg up, or it was nepotism or whatever it is. I wasn't talking about him. I don't know anything about him. Okay, that's it. Let's talk about it some more, though, can we? Nah. I just can't stand the idea that I like if he saw that, like he would take it the wrong way, and it was like hurt his feelings or something. Because I don't like hurting people's feelings. That's why I'm not that good at life sometimes. Anyways. I don't have the toughest of skin, but I am leaving it up. I was thinking, should I take it down? Damn, it's pissing people off. But then I thought, no, I'm not going to compromise my art for people who misinterpret it and don't even come back and apologize after I explain it to them. I called my grandma, and she's going to make sure that all of their parents know that they said something mean to me. And I'm going to get 25 cents from each of them, my grandma says. My grandma paid me the money up front. She asked me, how many of your friends made fun of you? And I said, well, Grandma, there's probably like 13 of them. And so she gave me 13 quarters. So if anybody wants to hang out this weekend, or maybe next weekend, I guess it is Monday, huh? This weekend, we can go to the arcade. I can get some ice cream, and we can all just do something like we used to do. What? Us? You're not new here. What are you talking about? Sir, 1 second. Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting you. Huh. Yeah. Sir, everything is going just fine. One moment. I just, I wasn't drawing. I was doing exactly what you told me to do. I was keeping an eye on the place. I wasn't drawing. What's this all about? I think that maybe I was misinformed as to what my job title was supposed to be here. And I came in the back door, and then the door shut behind me, and I've been locked in here for 37 years. Um, the producers have promised me chocolate milk, but they barely ever even give me water. They stare at me through a glass that's so thick I can't even see their faces. There's usually like 7 or 8 of them. One of them, his name is Terry. He's my best friend. But he's evil. He's terrible. He's terribly evil. I'm telling you this much. And to be honest, I have no idea. I have no freaking clue what I'm doing from one moment to the next. I hear noises all the time, inside and outside of my brain. So you can't come here and tell me that you're new when I know that I've seen you several times here. You're one of the people in there watching me. Hi, Ames. I wish I could just, when my cat walks by, I wish I could just grab her, but she would bite the hell out of me. Ugh. Um, I think I can probably describe it to you. Best if I could explain my situation to you. What is your name? Salmia? Is your name Salmia? That's weird because that's my middle name. And my last name is Official. What the heck? My name is Bert Salmia Official Jr., but still, yeah. All right. Here we go. I am nothing, I am nobody. I don't want to exist no more. No more. Don't want to be anybody. Don't want to be somebody. I'm not gonna be in my body much longer. Someday I'm gonna die. Someday I'm gonna die. And that's the song I sing before I eat my breakfast every day, because you want to kind of like already die every day. You gotta And then you got to eat some breakfast. Cook yourself some I don't know, some thistle grits or something like that, with some spittlebaps and whatever. And you got to mix it all together. That way you can, well, come back to life. And that's where this song. Gotta come back to life. Everybody wants to die by the end of the shift tonight. Yeah, that's right. Everybody's dying to meet you again. Hello, everybody. Where you going now? Don't look now. I've got a cow and some magic beans. And you should sing that before lunch sometimes. You get an extra little squirt in your Burt, you know what I mean? And you get to show off your homemaking skills, basically. I mean, I know how to make a bed. I can turn a bed like nobody's business. And then there was that week that I spent the summer in the South. I don't know what country I was in, but I know that I was in the South. Because it was hot. And I'm, as you can see, so Caucasian that I'm practically transparent. Spent the weekend down there. Best summer of my life, I tell you that much. Nobody would believe me if I told them, but I told them anyways. It was so pretty. I almost cried. I wasn't going to sing anything, but then I started singing. Sometimes if I sing too long, I get too honest, and I'll give away my real location, and I'm not supposed to be giving away my real location because people think that, well, they can come and hang out with you anytime you want. But that's why I switched location from pretty much from day to day. The operations of the Storie Grubb, the clan, essentially. Gee, I shouldn't say that. The Storie Grubb clan. No, let's erase that. I didn't think that one through. I was going to say club. For some reason I said clan. Good God. Not the clan. The club. The cult. Anything's better than the clan. Yeah. And we encourage people to draw. I borrow people's garages when they're on vacation. You're from Mississippi? Mississippi. Gotcha. You're from Mississippi. I'm from Lake Titicaca myself. I used to ride UFOs right out of the water. You can look it up on the Wikipedia there. You can just Google man rides UFO out of Lady Titicaca. I like your sense of humor. That's pretty funny. Shout out to Chance. Well, all I was trying to say is that I burn like a cucumber. Right there. Look at that. Horrible. Very fleshy. You can practically just put your finger right through it anywhere on my body because I'm just like, doesn't even like I'm just like an atom. We're all made of atoms. Microscopic atoms. And if you thought about it, if there was a way to do it, you could just walk right through each other. That's how it works. Oh, good God. Oh, it's kicking. Do you want to feel it? Here. Let me see your hand. Do you feel that? Oh, yeah, it kicked. Ow! Oh, it's really kicking. Oh my God. Oh. Then an art creature comes out. But I can't do much of that because I'll get sued. Why do I have a tattoo? Because I'm a gangster. What kind of question? What? What? I'm not even supposed to tell people that, but it's true. I'm a gangster. That's, you know. Or I was actually walking through a park one day, and these leaves were falling, and one of them fell on my arm, and I took it off, and that tattoo was there. It like stained my. It's not even a tattoo. It's just like a mark. It's a leaf mark. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but yeah, yeah. Plus, it just so happened if you scan it with a a scan gun, it comes up on the thing as half off. Sorry, I snort like a dog when I when I have to fart. Oh! Look at my freaking cat. She's not impressed. Oh, she was just like, she knows I'm talking about her. She knows I'm talking about her. I just took her to the vet a few days ago. She got checked out, and he was looking her over and everything, and he said, I can't find a dang thing wrong with this cat. She knows I'm talking about her. That's Abigail. Oh! Well, on my bio, I don't know why people are surprised, because on my bio it says dick and fart jokes. Usually I show off my clothing line. I have a clothing line, it's not a big deal. Uh, but I show it all. I do like little catwalks. I do like little walk. What do you call it? Runway. I do my own little runway. Uh, I'm a fashion. I'm a walking fashion statement. I'm a fashion guru. Usually takes about 3 to 4 years to come out with a new line, but it's worth it because I put my heart into it, and I think outside the lens of the box that everybody tries to put you in, and yeah, smelling things helps and keeps me fresh, keeps me super transparent. Oh, uh-oh. Catwalk. On the catwalk. What a strange time. What a strange, cool time to be alive. And good morning to you, Pastor. Thank you for your service. I have the best moderators, but Pastor is like the king of the moderators. And I appreciate Pastor very much. Because I don't appreciate bullies. If you're gonna say naughty things, you gotta think about it, But if you're gonna be a bully, then you're gonna get the stick. Yeah. And the stick is much more than 2 inches wide, my friends. This is not working. That's just moving the grease around. It's not doing anything. Hold on, friends. I'm trying to get good here. I want to be able to see you. If I can't see you, I can't be you, right? If I can't look at you and scan your face the way I want to, then it's never going to work between us. Are there any questions? Hey, Bubs. Where's Ricky and Julian? Ricky and Julian, what's that reference? You got Avril Lavigne. Well, if we're talking about just the tie and the shirt, absolutely, 1000%. I'm a Lavinian. I was for many years, anyways. I have since garnered my own style and come out on top, I think. All I had to do was take the first button off and have my own style, because it's ooh. Wow. Oh. If you take, because it's the trick is to have this one a little bit longer than this one, to look a little bit disheveled, kind of old. A little bit. Am I? Is it adorable or is it kind of gruesome? To watch me. Is it entertaining or is it annoying or is it is he does he look all right or is it like hideous? And it's usually somewhere in between. There's no word for it yet, and it gives me hope. It gives me hope for tomorrow, and it's only Monday. So that's a good thing to start off the week with. I think everybody. That's a little bit of homework for everybody to go home with. Take notes on your feelings and let's get together next week and talk about this again. I think we're going somewhere, and no matter how slow it is, we're getting there fast. I think so. Hmm? A real. She has like the She did like the big old fat pants though, whatever, like the cargo pants and stuff. And she did tank tops, if I remember correctly too. Um, Personally, I don't wear pants, and uh, I don't believe in war, so thus I can't wear tank tops just out of sheer principle. Um, so I usually don't wear tank tops. If anything, if I have to wear a tank top, I call them peace tops, just to make myself feel a little bit better, a little bit less warlike, like a warrior. I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I'm just trying to beat people down, chew some bubble gum, and kick some ass. And it looks like we're almost out of beating bubble gum. What the fuck? It doesn't matter. Whatever. You know the drill. Bell, you tell him Bubbles. Yeah, is she really? I like her style. Yeah, I liked her style. I like her style too. Um, Plus, it's like I think there's room for everybody. I think there's people always, and I'm sure I've made fun of. I think when I was in the late '90s, I made fun of a lot of bands like what were they called? Hanson, like those like the boy three brothers. Um, from I know a lot about those kids, even though like I would read magazines back like Rolling Stone and Spin before internet, So I'd read all these magazines and I knew a lot about bands before I ever even like listened to them. So when I listened to them, I was like, oh, these guys are from Ohio and they're blah 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 blah. I think Hanson are from where are they from? Like um, Nebraska or something like that. Like they're from the middle of nowhere. But I used to make fun of them, and then you know just because it's like three blonde kids and from Midwest and obviously like homeschooled or something and they got like some that is a situation where they like had some kind of connection and that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about um but they had talent too, they could sing and stuff, but I used to make fun of them and instead of thinking about how everybody has their own I think everybody has their own little spot and everybody deserves it, and they were just kids too, so whatever. I was just a jealous teenager. It's like, man, these kids probably have supportive parents and stuff. My parents hated the fact that I played music because all I wanted to do. Three doors down. I like metal. I like a lot of stuff. You know, reroll. Hi, reroll. Reroll. We were just talking about you. Yeah, I have a friend. My first first dude, the first guy I used to play with. He was a drummer, and he was in after I think he started playing like metal probably around 19 or 20 or something, but he was in a bunch of metal bands as their drummer. And I was introduced to like a lot of metal stuff. I'm just not that. It's just a very aggressive style for almost too much for me. I like but it depends though. It depends. I definitely listen to it and think, damn, that takes some that's some talent too. But I can appreciate something, but still not like listen to it all the time. and then dropped down to 45 for some reason. Anybody hid their stapler in the Jello lately? Twice a week, Laura. Twice a week. Hey there. Yeah, it's kind of funny re-roll because when I came on this, I thought that I was like 7. Maybe that was. I've already gotten like 50 subscribers in the past like week or something. That's crazy. Because I thought I came on this morning. I was like, oh, I'm probably at least at 1,800 or 2,000. But I'm getting there. But yeah, YouTube does that kind of stuff. I'll be watching I'll put a short out, and um, the numbers, the views will just go. Like one time they went through the roof. Like they were up to like, for me, like 1,000 is a lot of views, and I'm super happy when I get more than 500 views on a short. It's cool. But this one time, yeah, they were going up to like over 1,000 and like 1.4, and I was like, whoa, the way that this is going, it's just gonna keep going and going at least for a while. And then I went to bed that night, and then I woke up the next morning, and they were reduced down to like 400 or something views. And I looked into it, and apparently like that's why it says actual views or something like that, because sometimes like bots or something, or just the numbers of the, or it speculates or something. It's like I don't know. It's really weird, but don't be disheartened. I'm just going to on my videos go from there. Oh yeah, I've listened to a lot of Pantera. My older brother too listened to like a lot of Pantera. Yeah, I like Dimebag Darrell. He's a cool dude. R.I.P. Dimebag. That if you were ever gonna go though, if you were like an artist like that, it's terrible. You know, obviously it's a tragedy, but that's how I'd want to go. Like one day I'm just gonna go live and just go like fall over with my pen in my hand. They're gonna try to pry it from my cold dead hands, but they're not gonna be able to. So they're gonna have to do the autopsy with not being able to take the pen out of my hand. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of shorts. I've I've tried to do videos that are horizontal. I don't know why I grabbed this. I was gonna sing you a song, but then I want to keep up with the comments too. Um, yeah, because I know that you're supposed to do like obviously a lot of shorts. I was telling my mom, I think YouTube recommends that you do at least 4 a day or something like that. So recently I started sort of trying to do that and just busting out all these. If you look at my channel, you'll see a bunch of ones that were on. It looks just like this right now, and I think that has helped kind of, you know, help me focus more on just getting shorts done and building my channel up a little bit more because I'm trying to get to 3,000 or 4,000 watch time hours or something. My other goal, so I can move on to hopefully a tier, and I'll be able to monetize my channel or in certain ways or something. Hopefully, that's what I'm shooting for, anyways. And I'm not. It's hard because yeah, you're also supposed to do like ones that are horizontal, longer videos instead of just shorts. You're supposed to put 4 shorts out a day, and if they're on the line and if it's raining, you're screwed. I mean, because they're not going to dry out there on the line, but you have to put them out there anyways. Your shorts, your underwear, your but also along with all of that, if you're serious about it and if you really want your channel to blow up or something, there's all sorts of like I mean you can boost your channel or you're supposed to, just like on Facebook and all those other platforms. It's just such a drag. It's like pay to play. So basically, and that's what I was sort of meaning too in that Jesse Wells parody thing, is that if you're on your own, you literally have to pay for everything in order just to like for your stuff to get seen, and it tells you it's like 73 people saw this. Thanks for the $50. You know, it's like, oh, 73 people saw it. Cool. You know. Anyways, yeah. It's not worth complaining about, even though I do it a lot. It's just, it's hard because it, it's, with anything, it just takes time as well. And you gotta find your own voice. Sorry, this is, I'm horrible at this. Touch. Shorts. Do you live in a beet farm or do you drive a red Camaro? Oh, reroll. I'm sorry about that too. You were at 1,000 and it dropped to 500. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the same with me. Exactly about the vertical bell. Um, yeah. In the last comment, I hear that boosting doesn't really do any, and that's the thing. When people, um, and not to say that people's hearts and stuff aren't in the right place when they're trying to give you advice, and because this happened in Idaho. I spent like a big chunk of my life in Idaho, and throughout those years, I was trying to get my music out into the world. I had a band, and I we were trying to break into something. You know, I was anyways. And I remember when Facebook was actually kind of interesting, and you could go on there. It was like the Wild West, and you could, if you were interesting on there, people saw your stuff, and it wasn't like this algorithmic sort of, to the extent that it is today, anyways. And you didn't have to pay to play or anything or boost. And then one day they just announced that they were doing this thing, and then overnight, and this happened on YouTube as well, but then overnight, our because we were slowly getting more and more, like, views, and people not subscribing, liking our page or whatever, our band page, and then all of a sudden, overnight, it just stopped, and after that, you had to pay like $5 for 1,000 people to look at your stuff, and instead of people going there to look like they used to, it's like, and I think people just gave up on that as well. They just want to be told where to go, and I'm similar. Like on YouTube, it'll just recommend videos, so I'm just like doom scrolling kind of stuff, and I'm guilty of that crap as well. Um, so but as a creative, it's discouraging because of that. When you see those numbers rise, and because all it takes is one video to go somewhere, but anymore, I think it's more important just to make videos that you can look back, that you did on, like a month from now or something, and you'll still think those videos hold up, or you'll be proud of what you put out, and just to, be yourself, and I think everything else truly will fall into place, but, or at least you'll figure something else out along the way, because the more you do it, the more of like a focus you can get too. And because when I first started doing my live streams, for example, they were all over the place, and I would kind of be embarrassed to go back, and I never go back and watch my live streams because of this kind of stuff. I hate the sound of my voice, and I don't know. That's why I do so many stupid voices. Hey, CG. Wasn't Michael my boss? Are you talking about, wait, are you talking to me? What's that noise? Oh, it's the water heater. The Demigorgon. Thanks, CG. Was it? Are you talking about Office Space, I think? Without filtering and activating. Yeah, and also, you can ask me anything, friend. Um, Office Space, yeah. Um, what was that last thing you said? It's also this thing too. Back in 2012-ish, 2011. it was, everybody was sort of, hmm, it was definitely, so it wasn't even that long ago. I mean, I mean, for me anyways. And people were, where everything wasn't so crazy yet, you know? It, like, things were just a little bit different still. And it was right before, uh, Hillary and Trump first, were nominated and all this stuff was going on. And everybody got so much more divided to where I can't even say, some things around friends of mine, and they take it like super literal, or they don't even know their ass from a hole in the ground from what they actually are voting for, or like what they know of. I don't know. I just don't like when people try to, crap my mouth and call it a Sunday. It's just like, just don't tell me that what you're doing is noble, because these people are not noble. None of them are, and it's hard sometimes. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, there's a lot of YouTube shorts and comments. I like this. Thanks, pal. This chilled talking. Do you know things like that, like can cheer a kid up after their uncle's dog died? Mm, you just gotta, you know, that's a hard one, because I've been with many dogs when they've passed away. I used to work at vet clinics and stuff, so uh, but you kind of just one of those things that you've got to go through, and unfortunately you just kind of got to walk through that fire and feel that pain, and then the next time you get a dog, or an animal, or you just take that, you know you, you go through the grief, but then you remember all the goodness that animal brought you, and then that energy or whatever, and you put that energy into other people or another animal, or when you get another animal, you give it that much love, it'll be a chance for you to have that much more love inside of you for that animal, and appreciation for it. um, it's the only thing about pets that, in particular cats and dogs and things, that is a negative, is that they don't live as long, because I've gone through long periods of life where I had to stop. I didn't want to have an animal, because you know when they go, it's like one of the hardest things ever. So, Charlie, absolutely. What is your Venmo? Where's your cat right now? Oh, she's in heaven. Oh, I mean, she's right there. She's on. She's at the top of the mountain. See, and the window that the producers look in from. Sometimes they look like gray aliens too. The Nigerian prince. Hey, I have a question for you. Can you send me my? Sorry, CG. It's not an easy answer. I hope it wasn't super sudden. Hmm? Is it cute? What are you doing? You're so silly. You're so silly. My little baby. She's been a little bit more chill since we left the since we got home from the vet. All right. Your friend has a cat? Charlie, you have a cat? Can you send it to me, please? Thank you. Yeah, she's cool. I just saw this video today of this like calico cat who is dodging the pets. Uh, geez, who's dodging the pets of her owner. Oh, she just saw something. And she eats like bugs and stuff out here. And the cat was like dodging her. The person was going, and the cat was like dodging him. Like they call it like the Matrix cat or something. But the cat looks just like my cat, and my cat, you just saw me petting her, but it's very rare that I can pet her like that without her trying to bite me or scratch me or something. And when I say bite and scratch, I mean her first instinct is just to grab onto you with all of her claws and dig in. It's funny. Can I spell hiccup? I think no, you spelled it wrong. It's HICU. Yeah, HICUK, I think. Yeah. Later, CG. I came into contact with a wild dog. Was it like a hyena? Where do you live? Wild dog. Where do you live where there's wild dogs? That's crazy. But if there were any place on earth that there were wild dogs, it'd be where you live, Charlie. I know that much. Wild dogs are way worse than wild frogs. They hide under fallen logs in the forest where my family was eaten alive. Now I'm hungry, thanks a lot, Charlie. I know it said cats. I just figured wild dogs sounded better than wild cats. I came into contact with it. If there's anything in the world that more than anything that I would not ever want to run into anything. There's nothing in the world more than I wouldn't want to run into than I don't want to run into wild cats. I would rather run into a wolf than a cougar. I don't know why. Wolves are scary as hell. but a mountain lion or something like that, I ain't playing with that. Those things are shredders. And at least with the wolf, they're more just gonna bite you and shred you in a different way. Hello, Memphis. How you doing, Jason? You're welcome, Charlie. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, today's Monday. I keep thinking there's some grand event on the horizon that I can't. Event Horizon. I'm sure that's one of my favorite movies. I'm gonna record a few more sketches. Draw some sketch out some sketches, drawing sketches and stuff. Think about art. I might take a nap. Probably gonna eat something at some point. Randomly scrolling through, and what I have the same bracelet. This one. It's little skulls. That's weird because the person I bought it from, I got this from a medicine man in Peru. He said this was one of a kind, and he said these were actual miniature human skulls. But now that I'm looking at it, wait, does yours have a copyright date on it? Like a little in the. Oh my God, I spent $17,000 on this. How much was yours? Well, I feel duped. I feel duped. Yet again. That's all. Can I come to Kenwa? Can I come to Kenya and I'll have a word with you? Can I come to Kenya? Is that a song too? I think that's a song. It was written by the Bonnie Lasses and the Freedom Shrinks, right? Good God, let go of it, you son of a bitch. Written by Bonnie Lass and the Shrinkadinks, I think. It was, yeah. Can you come? Wait, I think it's. Can you come to Kenya? I'll have a word with you. Everybody's looking good, like a buckaroo from Kenya. Oh, Kenya, come to Kenya. The world is after you. Something like that. Where's the... I believe you. Dragonfart, I believe you. Dragonfart69, I believe you 1000%. This is the internet. We don't lie here. We don't make the beds that we lie in. We don't make excuses for the things that we haven't done yet. We get things done around here on the internet. I have a friend named Internet on here, and he said he would say the same thing. Sorry to get emotional, but where am I from? Kids. Kuru. I'm guessing where Kuru's from. Kuru is from... Are you from Antarctica? Storie Grubb, come out and visit Kenya. I will. I'm there. I have a private jet. I got a private jet. I'm going to Kenya again. It's the promised land, I tell ya, Virginia to Kenya again. My little golden friend's gonna go back down to Kenya, Virginia today. Is that Kenya, Virginia? And if not, can it be? Because that's as far as I'm willing to go. Golly gosh darn dang, these earthquakes are going to be something else. They're going to be the death of me. I'm an early bird. the Turkish song? Yeah. Sorry. I just now saw that. There's a country called Turkey, it's out there somewhere I've never been. There's a person who tell me to sing a song, a Turkish song, and I think he is my friend. This is the end of the world. This is a Turkish song I wrote for him. It was, if I remember correctly, that's exactly how that went. It's not a wig. How dare you? Why does it? It looks good though. Yeah, you like it? Yeah. There we go. I have to make sure there's a little part right there. Otherwise, Moses will come out from the woodwork and kick me right in my freaking butt. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Your voices. Do you want to see my other wigs? Everybody's all interested in my wigs all of a sudden. Like I hide it. Everybody's talking about my wigs like I hide them. I'll never hide a wig from you. I think you are my friend. Look at this big ass Tupperware full of wigs. I've got wigs up. I have a show where I do parodies and stuff. Of course I have wigs. And the one that I'm wearing now is my first one. I bought this back in probably 2010 at a thrift store in Boise, Idaho. You see, when you go to Boise, did you hear that? Who are you? Hi, Storie. Who are you? Terry, is that you? Yeah, it's me. Can you help me up? Yeah. Oh my God, what did you do? No, I'm okay, I'm okay. Okay. Why are you wearing that suit? Do you like it? It's my hazmat suit. What's wrong? Is there something wrong with the air in here or something? Do I need to be concerned? No. I'm gonna go back upstairs now. Hey, no, where are you going? No, please don't leave. Please don't leave. Gotta go. Gosh. Dang it. That was my one chance to escape. That was my one chance. I just want to go home. It's been 39 years. What were we talking about? Wigs? Well, they all serve a purpose, so I don't really have a favorite one. Each one has a different character. Glook, glook, turkey leg. I live with all of my friends. Most of them live downstairs in the gutter. Some in the attic. Most of them in the walls. And it gets kind of confusing because sometimes I can't tell if they're talking to me from up there or over there or back there. So I just get a little bit lost in the moment. But at the end of the day, everything works out, even if it doesn't. Thank you. Thank you for the question. That's something. That's spectacular. I live in Penelope Grove, in the southern part of France. That's in California, and we have an orchard. I live on an orchard, a grape orchard, right? A vineyard, if you will, a vineyard, and we make wine. We're gonna go make some wine out in the. That's what the gutter people do. They help me make wine, and then we put it into bottles. We shove it into bottles. We cork that son of a bitch, and we send it out in the frickin' truck. We make a few bucks, you know. We're doing okay. And we are hiring if anybody's interested. Tell them Storie sent you. I'm very lonely. Where do you live? Well, I put the cap on. I put the lid on in somewhere in California. Did I not put the what do you call it? A location on this video? I'm not sure. Oh. Bradley, right there with you, buddy. So, anyways, I probably gotta head out. I've been liking coming on and answering, doing the Q&As and stuff, and it's been really cool. I'm gonna edit some more videos, make some more videos. Does anybody have any themes that I should? When it comes to art, what's like a common question that people have, or like something that I can do a video about, like a short or something like skit? That's the thing. You can only do so many, and there's so many art ones that you can do that I don't think people would even want to hear. Or I could make fun of Picasso's blue period, you know. That's about it, really. That's all the things I can think of to make fun of. But How about I just make fun of myself? Self-deprecation is, I think, is the way to go, mostly. So, everybody be safe out there today. Hope you make some friends. Hong Kong theme. Do you remember that? Were you here when I did that? That's crazy. The Hong Kong thing? Yeah. When you're alone and life is treating you lonely, you can always go Hong Kong. I think it went like this. Something like that. Something like that. Because I wanted to make it seem like Hong Kong was like a bumblebee, and it was flying through the cosmos on wings made of butter. And where else would you get butter? Enough butter, maybe even a little bit of cheese to wing up a bumblebee's chances of survival out in the cosmos. I would say the moon. I would say the moon. You don't have any opinions and ideas. I like that. That's a great idea. I'll just say, hi everybody, this is Storie Grubb. I don't know anything about art and I don't have any opinions on it. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day now. Bye. I think I've actually done something like that. I just said, hey, this is Storie Grubb. F you. Like and subscribe. No. Nothing that crazy. I'm not in, can you sing Indian song? How many Indian songs are there that you want me to sing? I've already done 20. I mean, I think there's only about 22 of them. I think it goes like this. That was so stupid. I had to do it. So, yeah, happy Monday, everybody. You be safe out there. And I really appreciate the company. I do. It makes me feel young. Like we're in some kind of like 1990s telephone chat room or chat, whatever they used to call those. You're at 1-900 chit chat. And you get on there and it's just a bunch of people like, you ever go on those? Oh, they're party lines. That's right. They're called party lines. My brother and I were addicted to one time, and there were these people on there, and it's just like 20 people on a line just talking. It's the weirdest thing. At least with the chat, you can actually read the individual stuff. You're the legend, Pastor. I appreciate you, buddy. I really do. And I hope you have a good day. I'm gonna, it's almost 6 where I live. So I'm gonna make some more coffee and I want to write something, like write a script. I was writing down some key words that we were talking about, the F words, last night on and these are the words that I came up with. Fart. It was me and another person on here. Fumos. Friends. Frenzy. Foolish. Fantastical. So I've got to turn that into some kind of poem by the end of the day, otherwise Terry's gonna have my fantasticals. So if anybody does have any suggestions, please put them in an envelope, seal it with spit, and send it through the mail, because I could use all the money I could get. I mean, ideas. I love you. I really do. It's almost Tuesday for you. Dang. That's okay. All right, makes sense. Well, get some rest. Be creative. Love the one you're with. Be kind. All that fun stuff. And I'm gonna try to do the same. So I'm kind of tired. Have a good day, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the likes as well. It's been it's been kind of nice. So I do appreciate it. Go make some art, or at least encourage others to do so if they're creative.